Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, I'm John, this is many a true nerd, and welcome to Duck Detective, which is a game about a detective who's a duck. And honestly, I'm not sure what else you could possibly want or need to know at that point. 10 out of 10 game of the year.
Life wasn't easy. I was as broke as ever. And just when my misery had reached its peak, they decided to kick me out of my apartment. Thankfully, I had found somewhere new to stay. But Hannah still hasn't seen my last 12 messages. She rarely responded to my messages after the divorce. But this was really starting to worry me. What if she was in danger? I needed to work out what happened to her.
Okay, seriously, I just absolutely adore the fact that this is a classic detective story in every way imaginable. The voice acting, the music, the setup, everything. With the one exception being, it's a really cute duck. I don't know why, but I adore that. This is wonderful. So okay, what we need to do is solve the mysteries by completing these sentences. So someone is not replying to messages because something is something. So, yes, I need to go around this area and find clues that let me fill out the gaps. So on this occasion, yes, Duck Detective's ex-wife is not replying to his messages because, well, that could be any number of things. Possibly because the divorce settlement is final and legally binding, and you need to move on, Duck Detective. Oh my goodness, he's even a tiny, adorable cardboard cutout duck. Just when I thought this couldn't get any cuter, so, right. Presumably, we have to find a piece of paperwork with the ex-wife's name on it.
One message from November 9th.
You still haven't sent back my glove. Did you think keeping my wardrobe ransom would trap me with you? We would very much like to not have to think about you and your brat anymore. Hurry up.
Okay, I'm guessing Duck Detective is even a classic detective in the sense that he's alcoholic, but obviously he's not alcoholic. He's bread alcoholic, and there's a giant pile of slices of bread right by his bed, so... Oh dear, Duck Detective, apparently you've got a bread problem. Right, check the paperwork, got to find more yet?
Royalty payments for the only book I managed to finish. The Early Bird Catches the Criminal. The Duck Detective Story. 3 schmark last month.
Alright, so because I've interacted with that, I now know the word Duck Detective, which I didn't previously, despite the fact that's me. So, as a result of that... Okay, seriously, you're doing way too much bread, Duck Detective. If you'd forgotten your own name before you saw it on that piece of paper, you have got a serious problem.
I'll need to clean this up before my roommate sees this. He tells me to stay away from the bread. But doesn't he know how dangerous it is to go cold turkey?
Okay, a very big bread problem, got it. I've just discovered there's a quack button. If you press Y, Duck Detective just quacks. It doesn't do anything, it's just adorable. So, as a result of that, we can now say, Anna, my ex-wife, is not replying to messages because Duck Detective is... probably not trapped. I was about to say yes, in possession of a very serious bread problem. But apparently I saw the word trapped somewhere, so now I know that word. Lovely. Right, and if we go over to Duck Detective's computer here, public playlist, sad breakup songs that hit hard, love is fake, tears in the rain. Oh dear, Duck Detective isn't taking this well. And occasionally... Right, if we see something we can interact with, have a look-see at that. Wedding photo... happier times. We can also learn about other news items that are going on here. 3 teenagers were injured apparently. So right, that's taught me the word injured. And finally, the name of the newspaper is the Goose Times. So right, I've learnt the word newspaper.
The receipt from the post office. See, Anna, I did send your glove back. I'm not that irresponsible.
Oh dear, the word irresponsible just got added.
I hope she appreciates the poem that I included.
Oh, Duck Detective, I feel like you're not in a good place right now. So, in conclusion, Anna is not replying to messages because the Duck Detective is injured irresponsible, or trapped. Honestly, I feel like all of those are unfair. Like, high on bread is possibly, yes, a more accurate solution, though. And if he was wrong to say irresponsible, the guy just said there's a receipt from the post office, he sent the glove back, so Anna's not being very fair here. She just needs to wait for the postal service to sort that out, but okay. We're going to say irresponsible. So he's not injured and he's not trapped. And okay, that was officially duck approved.
So that was the issue. I feel like I've gotten a lot better lately. She should give me another chance.
Mr. Duck Detective! I mean, Eugene! You're finally up, sleepyhead. Are you still sleeping in your trench coat? I got you those super comfy pajamas, remember?
You should really get dressed.
Sure. But I just had to come tell you that we're going on a surprise trip! And I bet you can use your deduction powers to figure out where we're going. Wait. Are those bread slices?
Please be.
Okie dokie.
Maybe it is in my best interest to figure out what Frederson wants to drag me into.
Honestly, Duck Detective, I feel like you could definitely do with a vacation right now. So, okay. We now know that, yes, the Duck Detective is taking... Well, actually, hang on. Probably, yes, it's Frederson who's taking the Duck Detective on a trip to go get sober at the rehab clinic. But to confirm that, right, we need to find a few more bits and pieces that let us learn some new words.
I usually preferred staying isolated in my room. Rummaging through Frederson's mountain of clutter was the last thing I wanted to do, but it seemed that this was how I was going to spend my Wednesday.
Oh, Duck Detective, don't pretend you're not looking forward to this vacation, really. So, he's already dressed up and very ready to go. That's adorable. And yes, I can either speak to him or examine him. And right, have a bit of a look-see at the camera. So, no, never mind. That's the white shorts. Questionable style. Okay, I'm not sure you're in a position to judge other people right now, Duck Detective, given it's just been confirmed. Yes, you just fall asleep in your trench coat, surrounded by bread slices, but sure, this time, possibly. Never mind, once again, it's not the camera. So, tacky shirt. On top of that. Smug smirk. Insufferable. Okay, we've just learnt a few words from our investigation. Beautiful. Keep on keeping on, see what else we can... Ooh. Well, skis might give us a clue as to where we're going, though he's not really dressed for skiing, to be honest, no. So, okay, that has taught us the word skiing. But yes, I suspect we're not going skiing under the circumstances. We can also look at the pictures up on the wall here, so... Okay. Apparently, yes, me and him have gone to a theme park previously. That's adorable. So, roller coaster, near-death experience, luxurious glamping. Now, that seems more likely, given the name of the game and whatnot, though on this occasion, all we know is tranquil, and that is not a very flattering image at all, no. So, right, a few more bits and pieces we've learned there.
His newest hobby is skydiving, apparently. I don't think his snout would even fit in this helmet.
Okay, so there's a few red herring words dotted about too, because yes, we're definitely not doing that. Okay, meanwhile, yes, Frederson's a computer here. He's watching a MooTube video. Message to Cutie Pie. Told you this was a work trip, Freddy. Let me bring Eugene. He seems a bit lonely. Also, he loves being by water. You know what? Frederson's a good friend. So, we will now learn the word girlfriend, because presumably that's who he is chatting to. Lovely. Lost Places number 8, Sunny Lake. So, oh, you're watching some, like, you know, creepy exploration of abandoned places or something. And you won't believe what we found. in this decrepit sanatorium. So, the fact we've learned that word so early in this adventure concerns me about, yes, where we're going in the long run. Though for now, actually, we're just learning the word spooky. So, right, it's associated words, not necessarily the word in question. And finally, right, we learned the word Freddy from the chat window. And that's pretty important because at this point, we can probably start figuring things out here. So, yes, Freddy is taking the Duck Detective on a trip to go, presumably glamping, at the Tranquil Mountain Roller Coaster Sanatorium. Water was mentioned, presumably mountain, as that's next to water. I would have gone for lakeside, personally, but mountain's the best bet we've got. 2 or fewer things are wrong. Okay, possibly need to go around and, like, find 1 or more words. Oh, unless it is sanatorium. It was not sanatorium. He's not taking me to the sanatorium. That's probably a good thing. Oh, hang on. Yes, it was. We are going to the spooky sanatorium, so...
Trip?
Oh dear. It was because of the YouTube video he was watching. He's decided to go glamping at that exact location. Well, this feels like this is just asking for trouble, Freddy.
Frederson!
Did you solve the case?
I figured out you're dragging me on a camping trip I didn't consent to, yes?
It's called glamping. It's very fancy. Let's get on the bus then.
What if I don't want to? I spend enough time with you as it is.
Duck Detective, I already paid for everything. And money is a bit tight right now since, you know, you're 3 months behind on rent.
Okay. I'll go.
Okay, so possibly Freddy's actually a very good friend.
The damp air was full of mosquitoes and high expectations. I came here for Frederson, but I was staying for myself. After all, maybe I did deserve a vacation.
Can you smell that fresh forest air, Mr. Duck Detective?
All I smell are bus exhaustion fumes.
You know, they're meant to have some sort of celebrity staying here.
A celebrity?
Frederson, please.
I already brought your suitcase to the tent, by the way.
Great. Let's go and find it.
So, okay. Step the next, we need to locate our tent and... Okay, so it does say Sunny Lakeside. I feel like possibly, oh dear. Is this maybe the way to the creepy sanatorium or whatnot? Still, for the time being, yes, I don't need to do any more solving of bits and pieces, though potentially just looking around might teach me more words that could be useful anyway.
Sunny Lake. #1 haunted camping site, according to Trip Alpaca.
You can't trust the reviews on that site.
Okay, so you're super into haunted bits and pieces, that's why you came here. By the sounds of it, 1, your girlfriend's gonna be here, and 2, yeah, she thought this was a work trip. Possibly you work in the business of investigating creepy places, I don't know.
I'm a reasonable rodent, but 3 camping chairs and a table stolen just like that?
My client is threatening to leave if you don't fix that broken toilet! But I'm telling you, this place is haunted. The ghost is moving things around all the time. And that's the whole premise of Sunny Lake. Ridiculous.
A theft! That was definitely something I had to investigate. I also wondered what Frederson's partner was like. Who would date him voluntarily? I needed to find out who she was.
Oh, hey, let me introduce you to my girlfriend.
No!
Okay, we've just learnt the word girlfriend, excellent.
I mean, no, not necessary. I will work out her identity myself.
Of course. Exciting.
Oh, Duck Detective, it turns out, yes, possibly you've got a rather unhealthy compulsion to figure things out rather than just being told them. So, maybe a few days out here in the haunted campground, away from any bread, will do you some good. So, step 1, I need to, learn some names, and then on top of that, I need to learn some other words.
Have you noticed my new shirt?
I have, yes.
Do you like it?
I'm going to say yes, it's lovely.
Yes. The colors compliment you?
Really? You always know what to say, Mr. Duck Detective.
This game is adorable and I love it. So okay, have a look-see roundy, see what we can piece together here. So step 1, we've got a nice clipboard. So, Eiserman, staying for 6 nights from June the 7th. So okay, we've now learnt a new last name we can assign to somebody. And then we've got 5 nights from June 8th. Ray, redacted. So okay, presumably a last name. But one of the names is... Oh, hang on. No. This is presumably 2 Eisermans, then a Ray and somebody. We don't know who the other person is. Stumperton, who's the only person we've seen so far who's on their own. So, alright, that's a useful fact to know. And then Fredderson and McQuacklin. So that's me and him. So, right. If I can find someone who is in a solo tent, that's Stumperton. Then we need 2 people with the same name. They'll be the Eisermans. The other group will be Ray and somebody. We don't know who the other person is. Presumably, that'll be the celebrity. Okay, so it turns out, yes, despite the cutesy looks, there's some actual proper deduction you need to do here. I love it. So right, keep on keeping on, have a look-see roundy.
Someone hasn't checked the mailbox in ages. It says Dinkle.
So alright, Dinkle. Presumably, as yes, that's outside a more permanent structure, and you seem to be the one in charge, that'll be you. So have a look-see at you. And oh dear, you appear to be sweating. So okay, constantly sweating, nervous. And what else can we learn? Is that the watch you were looking at by any chance? No, it's a bracelet. So okay, evil eye, superstitious. Finally, oh, something on the leg. Ripped tights. Okay, neglectful might be a bit harsh, Duck Detective. Maybe she's just a bit busy today. Well, you know, working on a campsite, where presumably the ground's a bit uneven on occasion. You're being very unfair right now, Duck Detective. Anyway, hello there. Lovely to meet you. Sorry for just staring at your tights there.
Oh, hello. I mean, welcome to Sunny Lake, where fun and fear go side by side. Tonight, I will recount the tragic tale of the haunted sanatorium for all of you. So, please don't miss it. Okay?
Right, so you'll be putting on some sort of show later about the sanatorium, but what's that key icon mean? So right, interrogate by confronting her with, yes, a piece of evidence we've got. On this occasion, that clipboard about the other campers.
Anything you can tell me about Sunny Lake Campsite?
Usually the campsite is mostly empty, but this week, I got 6 bookings at once. This influencer is already paying off. See, Amelia, you're not a failure after all.
Okay, so yes, that's why we came here. Fredderson saw that influencer's post on MooTube. And we know that you are presumably Amelia Dinkle. And there we go, we've got that correct. So now we know who you are, and we can maybe refer back to that later. And speaking of Amelia, yes, she's presumably the owner of the campsite. But we don't know that just yet, so... okay, if I had to guess as well, presumably, what was her name? Ray or Rat, or however that's pronounced, that person will be the influencer's assistant. But we haven't actually, figured out who they are yet, so we can't put that in. And as for you two, That one's a bit of a mystery for now. So keep on keeping on. See if we can mosey inside.
Stop!
And okay, that's your house, so we're not allowed in just yet.
That area is not for guests.
Oops.
Okay, we can't just go everywhere. Alright. Apparently Duck Detective is not willing to go breaking and entering just yet. Still, one book over here. Guest book. Food is substandard. Weather is horrible. I'm hoping this will be improved next time. Okay, well, weather's not really something we can do much about, but fine, and... Colonel Eisenman. Right. So that'll be the middle one about the military. Also just learn the name Eisenman. Beautiful. Then, I want to slide Toby. As these two notes were next to each other in the book, would Toby Eisenman be who's travelling with Colonel Eisenman? Like those two are just going on a nice trip together. And okay, this note is actually from 2022, 2 years back. So, despite the bad review that the Colonel left, they actually did come back. Interesting. Presumably there might be a reason. Oh, and that is true actually now I think about it. The girlfriend was saying, hey, this is a work trip. We know there's an influencer here who's, you know, here on business. Logically, you're dating the influencer. Still, I think that's all we've got here, so keep on keeping on. This is, yes, your area. Presumably, if we just go into the next area, this'll be, yes, the campsite itself. Lovely.
A rising tension mired the cool evening breeze. I may be here for a while yet.
Oh, I do enjoy how dramatic Duck Detective is.
At least I had my emergency bread stash waiting for me in my trench coat.
Oh, Duck Detective, no. This is a terrible idea. We need to stop him doing that. Do not touch the emergency brads. So, step the next, time to figure out who's who. So we've got, yes, presumably the sanatorium up here. Locked for now, so we can't get in till we've got the key. Or until Amelia lets us in.
What's that bubbling sound?
Ah, maybe not the sanatorium. A big tent of some description. And a big hot tub as well.
Is that a jacuzzi?
Oh, wait a minute. VIP. Okay, so there's some proper glamping going on the far side of this gate. That'll be where the influencer is. And that's also presumably where Freddy's going to be staying. And yeah, that one's a Unit 1, and we may need to remember who lives where. So, let's start with, yeah, Unit number 2. Have a look-see in the luggage, see what we can figure out. So, Toby. This will be Toby and Colonel Eisenman. So there we go. Bracers, a cleaning kit. A yo-yo, one assumes. No, we're looking at, yes, the name Toby. And then, ooh, a first name. Matilda Eisenman. So, right, that presumably will be Colonel Matilda Eisenman right there. We're just putting the names together right now. I do enjoy, by the way, how I can just go looking through other people's luggage and no one seems to mind. So, if I try and go inside, is anyone going to stop me?
It says Unit number 2. It's locked.
Okay, can't get in there, so we need to locate the Eisenmans. So okay then, let's have a look-see at you and see who you are precisely. Have a bit of a poke about, see what we can figure out. The whistle, bit on the, yes, significant side. Bossy. And then, hands behind back, uptight. And then, right, camouflage military fatiguey McGibbles. So, you'll be Colonel Matilda Eisenman, I'm assuming.
Ugh. They have this sketchy capybara staying here. Probably jobless from the looks of it.
Okay, that is not okay to say about capybaras. Chill the cock out, Matilda.
I complained to the management, but they don't seem to care at all. What if something happens to my son? He's too juvenile. He wouldn't stand a chance.
Right. Overprotective parent. Gotcha. So, let's see if we can put this together here. Now we've met you. You, I think, are Matilda Eisenman. There we go. Lovely. And honestly, I don't think we've got anything to, confront you with just yet, though we could ask you about Amelia.
I know she tries, but she's terrible at her job. She's been going off the rails with her healing crystals and whatnot. They're not exactly bringing her luck, are they?
Okay, so if we want to, we can ask anyone about anything, but let's not do that for, every single possible permutation until we actually know what precisely we're looking for. So, okay, we know who you are. Now, who precisely are you? I'm a bit of a loopsy roundy, see what we can figure out, and, oh dear, very angry by the looks of it, currently tense, right. Keep on checking, a look at the bag. Mark on the arm. A bruise of an odd shape. Alright, how you got that might be important down the line, potentially. On top of that, something to do with horns. Are horns unusual? Everyone's like an anthropomorphic animal in this universe. I would have thought horns were pretty common for animals who had horns.
The manager at this campsite is a disaster. Should I call the plumber myself? That will take forever. Arno won't be happy at all. Stop staring at me! I need to concentrate.
Okay, or possibly you're the assistant of the influencer, and the influencer's inside this cabin. In fact, you must be, because we know about the Eisermans, Strumpertons on their own, and you're talking about someone else, and you're not Fredderson and McQuacklin. So you must be, yes, presumably, Ray.
It's locked. This one is unit number 3.
And once again, we can't get inside the actual units. Still, there is a book here. Have a bit of a loopsy round. Tips from Lieutenant Lemmy. So, okay, there's a rank right there. You can use thick prescription glasses to make a fire. Tips from Colonel Grant. Right, we're just learning the name of ranks here from this book. Make a tea out of pine needles for a source of vitamin C. And then a brigadier. I'm going to be honest, I don't know much about, military ranks. So in terms of Colonel, Lieutenant, Brigadier, I think Brigadier's at the top and Lieutenant's at the bottom out of those 3. Right? I genuinely don't know. I don't know much about military rankings. So, never drink your pee. Good shout, Brigadier.
Oh no! You're not supposed to drink your pee?
I love you, Freddy. You're amazing.
I'm not even going to ask.
Doug Detective and Fredderson are the best pair. So, right, then we've got you over here. Now, are you going to be, yes, the lone camper, Strumperton? Have a little bit of a loopsy inside the luggage here. For Catcher. Okay. Possibly Catcher Strumperton. And then... Right, so this is where we're staying then. Got it. Baboon's Bribery, detective novel, and my book right here. Duck Detective autobiography. So, right. Catcher will be your girlfriend. Presumably you got that to give to her.
How cool is this tent? Now we can finally have some one-on-one time together.
Oh, Fredderson, I was really hoping we were sleeping in, the really fancy tent up there. Also, if your girlfriend's here at the campsite, why are you in a tent with me and not her?
We live together. I see you every single day.
I know. But this time we can have pillow talk. Talk about all the deep stuff. Like, why you never take off your hat?
I'm not ready to talk about that.
I love this game so much. So, okay, I think that's all we can get out of the environment here. So, let's go investigating by just tossing what we already know at these people and see if maybe, just maybe, they spill the beans a bit. So, for example, showing the campsite list to Eiserman here.
This place has really gone down the drain in the past years. At least this year, we don't have to book the caravan anymore. Thanks to my promotion!
Okay. Your promotion, you say? Hang on. Let's just make sure we know this here. So, please return to Matilda Eiserman. That does not have a rank on it. but I'm sure we saw Colonel mentioned somewhere already. Here we go. Colonel Eisenman was written in 2022. If you've been promoted, that would suggest you've gone up in the world, meaning probably you're now Brigadier Eisenman. So here we go. Matilda is a brigadier in the military. That's probably correct. Though, for the time being, do we actually know... we do know manager. Excellent. Do we know... okay, we don't actually know, yes, the name of you over there just yet. So, hang on. Moves in this direction. Toss a few things at you, see what we can learn.
Can I ask why you chose to come to this camping site?
I'm here for work. This isn't the kind of place I'd come to by choice.
So, okay, you're definitely the assistant of the influencer.
What do you think of Matilda Eisenman?
She's crazy. She has those terrifying eyes. Keeps ranting about her new rank or whatever. I don't envy her son.
So okay, nothing new from her. However, what we can do is say with some level of confidence, yes, Ray was your surname. And your first name, oh. If your first name does turn out to be catchy, then... John, obviously, yes, she's a Freddy's girlfriend, because she just said she's here on work, which you already knew, and you know from, yes, the screen you saw earlier, his girlfriend's here on work. So, that's going to be Katja, meaning that's his girlfriend. And also, Katja is the influencer's assistant, so, okay, I think we've cracked the case. There we go, Duck approved.
Figuring out people's occupations always made things easier. Did any of them look like a chair thief, though? Anyway, I should get back to deducing the identity of Frederson's girlfriend.
I think we've already got that, Duck Detective, and also, when it comes to, chair theft, I mean, I think possibly Amelia's just moving them around in order to create the haunted vibes of this campsite. Like, she's deliberately faking hauntings in order to drum up business. So, pretty sure immediately, Katja is Freddy's girlfriend, because her name is on the plushie that he brought. Okay, now we're ahead of the game here.
So, you're the mysterious girlfriend.
He figured it out all by himself, Kanya.
And you are...
The one and only Duck Detective.
Ah, you're the guy that keeps ordering cheese toasties from Freddy's account.
What? You told her?
Okay, Freddy, I think you need to take a bit of a firmer line with Duck Detective here. He's behind on rent, he's ordering food off your account. This is not a healthy friendship, Freddy.
We're boyfriend and girlfriend. Of course we tell each other everything.
Katya! There you are! The water is cold! How am I meant to keep up my skin routine with this ice-cold water?
I was just talking to...
I don't want to hear it! Fix it now!
Now that that was figured out, I was ready to explore the rest of the campsite.
And okay, that'll be the influencer, got it.
Let's see if any of the other guests will shed light on the chair theft. I also wondered who this oh-so-important VIP guest was. It was time to do some snooping.
Okay, maybe now Duck Detective's willing to do some breaking and entering. And okay, the deductions are now branching off a bit. We've got two at the same time. So, we need to figure out who's who, and also, who's staying where. And, honestly, I was assuming the influencer would be in the VIP section. But apparently not, because, yeah, we're pretty confident. Then again, actually, maybe just Katja is in here, and yes, the actual influencer is over in the VIP section. Now, we know that, yes, Freddy and Duck Detective are here in the terrible tent. I'm pretty sure Katja is there. That tent is presumably going to be Matilda, and we don't know Toby's name yet, because, yeah, we need to go and meet Toby in order to properly ID him. And same for the influencer. Gotcha. So, in which case, let's mosey about and see what else we can find. So, off to the left, we've got showers and toilets. And over here on this building... Okay. We've got what looks like maybe a puzzle to solve. LLL. Password. And then... Right. Symbols. I was about to say, could L refer to, say, Roman numerals, but yeah. These symbols in general are a bit on the confusing side. Definitely not Roman numerals. And then buttons for a combination lock. Currently nothing we can do, so right, we'll need to come back for you later. Now, step the next, chat to the influencer, who, like everyone in this game, has some amazing voice acting.
Huh? What do you want? A photo? You know, it's a bit rude to approach me like this. At least have your phone out already.
But I don't want a photo.
Oh, don't bother me then.
Okay, have a bit of a look at you, see what we can learn. So, okay, perfect skin. Vane might be a bit judgmental right there, Doug Detective. Dear flipping dear. And is that the... Right, chess piece as a necklace. And then the watch. Very bloody expensive. Bit of a show-off, potentially. And a broken toilet here gets me toilet and broken added to my vocabulary as well. Lovely. Now, let's see what the influencer's got to say about his own assistant and Fredison's girlfriends.
What is your relationship with Katya Ray?
Ah, she's my assistant. I have so much to do, you know. Someone needs to moderate my streams, for example. Those fans can get way too much sometimes.
Alright, and I'm guessing, well, do you even know who Amelia is? Presumably it's Katya that deals with her.
She gets it all wrong. All of it, I'm telling you. Jacuzzi? Too hot. Bed? Too soft. Well, and the toilet? Unusable.
So okay, Jacuzzi confirming he's in the VIP section.
Why did you decide to come here?
Someone is very nosy. Are you from the press?
What? No! I'm the Duck Detective.
Never heard of it.
However, we do now know, yes, the name. Because I'm pretty sure Katya said that out loud. And no. Stumperton was one person on their own who we've not met, so it's not going to be you. We need to find your second name another way. And then finally nip down the other direction towards, yes, the shoreline, where presumably the kid Toby's around, and Stumperton, whoever that is, presumably the capybara that was mentioned by Matilda. So, hello there, presumably Toby. Have a look at you, see what we can learn here. Light strand, fashion attempt. There's the braces, matching up with the brace kit. Lovely. And then something to do with the shoes. Orthopedic and misaligned feet. Gotcha. So hello there. Let's introduce ourselves to Toby.
Do you want to see my Magicorn cards? I have this super strong combo for Armadillo.
Wow, this card instantly shuffles in a chomp? That's so OP!
Fredison, we have more important things to do.
Well, actually, I'm pretty sure I did see Magicorn mentioned in the suitcase by the campsite, so maybe, just maybe, we could go and get you your Magicorn McGibbles, but okay. For the time being, yes. Do we now have you? There we go. Toby Eisenman. So, okay, you're locked down as well. So, finally, Mr. Stumperton. So, have a look-see at you. Grey beard. Aging. Presumably something to do with the bag here. Berries. Resourceful. Possibly just did some foraging. And finally, okay, struggling shirt a tiny bit on the overweight side.
Look how similar these berries are. Which of these three do you think are edible?
I really don't care.
This one. No, wait. This one.
Wrongo! No, all of them are poisonous. In the post-apocalypse, you would have died a horrible, slow death.
Oh no!
So okay, definitely into foraging. Yeah, we know your Stumperton, but I think we don't know your first name. So okay, tiny bit more to figure out yet. Though we can at least say Toby is the child of Matilda. And beyond that, okay, have a bit of a look around, though. A knife, you say?
Someone's been doing some wood carving. The whittling knife has an engraving. It says Theodore.
And that might just be Stumperton's first name. I feel like that's the sort of thing he might be doing. So, check if maybe, just maybe we've got that right. Beautiful. Theodore Stumperton. Spot on. And there we go. We found our way to the sanatorium. For the time being, though, we can't go there.
That old building is a tourist attraction?
Oh, that's a good haunted, creepy building right there. And finally, we've got a bag down here on the beach. So, military badge, presumably, yeah, this belongs to the Eisenmans. Now, on this occasion, combination lock. We don't know the answer to that. One more thing of note as well. What else have we got, my friends? Here we go. Tiny heart. Password hint. Could it be Toby by any chance? Still, for the time being, I think yes. All I can do is mention each person to other people to see if someone gives me something to go on, and in particular the identity of the influencer. Oh, and I think we might have found something of note here.
Why have you decided to come here?
Oh, just traveling. Enjoying some me time in between jobs. But there's this one guy, Benoit was his name. He's really getting on my nerves. He yelled at me to hurry up when I was on the toilet, only for him to squat there for 20 minutes.
Okay, that might be just the piece of information we need. I think that actually isn't your first name. Hang on. We've got that. Oh, never mind. Sorry, it was his first name. I got that completely the wrong way round. But we've now ID'd everybody. And we've also learned all the words. So, right. Somebody has no friends, job, knife, magicorn, travel. Well, we know that Theodore Stumperton doesn't have a job. He just confirmed it. It wasn't just a Matilda making an assumption. And someone is a something. Is it possible we could actually be talking about Magicorn here? And we need to learn one of the names of the Magicorn. Meanwhile, you, sir, you're the VIP. So, right. I'm not sure, like, what else could go in here. Like, someone is a chest, someone is a friend, someone is a knife. None of that makes sense. I'm going to be honest, I completely missed there was a second line underneath that missing one. So, right. Somebody is not a Magicorn, someone's a Magicorn influencer. I don't think, yes, that guy is a Magicorn influencer. I think he's a chess influencer, because he had the chess piece round his neck. So okay, put all that together, and we've officially cracked the case.
Of course, it's that pompous guy who gets the VIP tent. What even is a chess influencer?
Presumably someone who plays chess and is also an influencer. Oh, Doug Detective, you've been on the bread again, haven't you? Still, we should also be able to now, yeah, put together the accommodation McGibbles nice and easily. So, yeah, these all seem pretty simple. Then again, do we know for certain this was actually Catcher's? Just because she's standing outside it doesn't mean that's where she's staying. Quite possibly, that's actually where, yeah, Theodore's staying, given it's the only one with only one. Meanwhile, the influencer and his assistant, they're in the big tent. And there we go.
Excuse me? Can I please have attention? Your attention, I mean. It's time for the ghost tour. Please come to the sanatorium ruins by the lake.
Okay, I'm already there. Spot on.
Everyone here? Oh, not everyone came. That's okay. No problem at all. Follow me.
Okay, some people are suspiciously unaccounted for during the ghost tour.
What you will see in just a moment is the abandoned Sunny Lake Sanatorium for Tuberculosis. Many years ago, a terrible sickness crossed the land. It was swift and methodical as a saboteur, weakening the body and trapping the mind, and spreading with the ease of a smile.
Okay, you know what? Amelia's doing a good job of giving this tour. Well done, Amelia.
The people acted quickly, building facilities in places of remote beauty to store the ill, until they healed and returned to the cities, or worsened and returned to the earth. Patient 12 had been a diplomat. She'd spent her life in glorious motion, surrounded by crowds. When she caught the disease, they took her to a sanatorium on the edge of a lake, and isolation in a lonely bed felt like a form of personalized hell. The other patients had feeble routines. They shuffled to the windows, drank imported teas, watched wavelets crash and die against the rocks that lined the edge of the lake, rocks that reached upwards like grasping hands. Patient 12 did nothing but watch the shadows waltz over her bedroom ceiling to mark the passing of each day, and miss her son, and wish that he would come and visit to steal her away from this picturesque, forsaken place. Early one morning, Patient 12 noticed a new shadow. A shadow in the shape of her son. And she knew that he had come to rescue her. And she knew it was important to be discreet. So, quietly, she dressed. And quietly, she climbed out of the window. And quietly, she followed him across the grounds. And over the fence. And to the cliffs. And quietly she reached for him. And quietly she found that he was not there. And the rocks that lined the edge of the lake, the rocks reached upwards to catch her like grasping hands. And they say that she picked herself up and dusted herself off and climbed slowly back to the top of the cliff, unaware that she was dead. They say when the fog rolls in, she's there, still searching for her son. And that if you are a young boy, you may feel a grasping hand cold against your own. That you should walk on quickly before it wraps itself around your wrist and doesn't let go.
I do enjoy that Amelia is, regularly stuttering, not sure of herself when she's doing the managing of the campsite. But actually, she's clearly super into the storytelling side of it, because she does a really good job there. That's an amazing bit of storytelling done with the vocal performance.
My tent! Katya, you won't believe this! Someone vandalized my tent!
You don't have anything under control, do you? I even specifically asked for more security. Ghost activity is beyond my control. We won't be coming back, that's for sure.
Vandalism? I needed to investigate the VIP tent.
So okay, I guess now we're into our first mystery proper, solving the mystery of the vandalism. And speak of the devil, someone broke the lock so we could get into here, but okay, let's apply some basic deductive reasoning here. Me, Freddy, Amelia, Katya, and Toby, we were on the tour together. We've all got alibis. That leaves just 3 people. Matilda, Theodore, and then the influencer himself, who for some reason might have decided to stage this. So, okay, those are our suspects. Also, much more importantly, you can just hop in the hot tub while still wearing your trench coat, which is delightful. So, right, let's see what we've got going on here. And okay, what we need to do now is something of the something, summing of something. Okay, so we've got a bit of work to do to figure that one out. And by the looks of it, okay. This place has been very firmly trashed, and let's start by just having a look-see round and seeing what we can figure out here. So, one note, soon we will meet. For now, I have your scent. Your queen. My lucky charm. Okay. Lucky. But a rather creepy note here. So, okay, hang on. I have got... Wait, what are we looking at here? Your queen, and now I've got your scent. Yeah, creepy-ass note right there, though. Hang on. Scratch marks. Old. Alright. So a creepy note, and... that's true. Potentially, that wasn't the lucky charm. Someone's broken in, taken the lucky charm, and as a result of that, left the note behind. Because the scent was on the lucky charm, so... okay, potentially yes, someone a bit on the creepy side has broken into this tent here.
What is this? Looks like a tiny recording device.
Do you think someone is listening in on our no? So creepy.
Maybe.
Alright, question is, was this here before? Because if someone broke in to plant the device, why would they leave it out in the open and then trash the rest of the place, which would, you know, draw attention to the fact something might be worth investigating. Then we've just got a few more pictures. Him winning a lovely chess trophy right there. And Frog magazine, right, with an unnerving, suggestive look. Beautiful. And finally, a scarf in the colour yellow. In fact, you're wearing a yellow scarf in all of these. However, hang on. Let's focus on the scarf for a second. Because over here, there's multiple scarves, but not the one in the photo.
That's quite a scarf collection.
Blue, striped, checkered, one for every occasion.
But not the occasions we saw in that photo, Freddy. Then we've just got a few more bits and pieces here, and oh dear. Sudoku's is a boring hobby. Dear oh dear, Dog Detective, that's very unfair. Claire loves a good Sudoku. And then over to his computer. Queen. The same thing that was written on that note. How's my army hero doing today? Heart, flirty. Army hero. Possibly. Are we talking about Matilda here, given the mention of army? Can't wait any longer. You said you'll send me the photos. Patience, my queen. First you'll need to give me my present. So okay, cryptic present. Then you can request any photo of me you want. Okay. Was Matilda maybe flirting with this individual and came to this campsite? Then again, she didn't come to this campsite, you know, to meet him, stalk him, break into the tent or anything, because she's been here before. Years ago, in fact. So, okay, maybe something to keep in mind. And there's that bloody yellow scarf again. So, Chess King and streamer name. Right, so that's the handle you use online. Still, I think we've now got everything here, so... right, let's talk to you and throw a few things in your face, my friends. Especially that listening device.
This is a recording device we found in your tent.
Phew. What? What would someone do with recordings of me? Is this a stalker?
Maybe they want to blackmail you?
Okay, so he definitely didn't know about that already, but yeah. If that's new, why has it been left out in the open where everyone would easily see it? So okay, let's go back to what we're trying to figure out here. So, yes, someone decided to do some sort of crime. The something, these are, yes, flipping descriptions of the noun in purple of somebody. Based on what we've seen, I'm pretty sure, yes, we're talking about the lucky yellow scarf here. The verb is possibly steal, because it's been taken and replaced with a note. I'm going to say that and see if maybe I'm on the right track here. Nailed it!
Aha! The goal wasn't to vandalize, but to steal Arnaud's lucky scarf. I wondered what pushed the person to these lengths.
But we've got more to figure out yet. So someone is getting something via chat messages by/with someone something something. So okay, once again it's, verbs in blue, adjectives in yellow, nouns in purple. And green is people. But those chat messages, they may be a bit pushy. I feel like they don't really, go over the line into blackmail or anything. Unless, of course, what's going on here is... yes, him saying to potentially Matilda, how's my army hero doing today? Can't wait any longer, you said you'll send me the photos. First you need to give me my present. So, yes, he's trying to extort presents out of Matilda without knowing it's Matilda in return for photos. So let's see if I've got that right, perhaps. So, is Matilda getting... blackmail does not feel like the right word, but we'll go with it. And then, yes, his personal photos. No, I'm close, but not quite there. Okay, you know what? Blackmail is the wrong term, because, yes, is what we're actually talking about bribed. And again, bribe doesn't feel like the right term either, but... never mind, we got it.
Matilda was getting bribed? I wondered what the present was that they were talking about. All right, it was time to deduce who was behind the theft.
And I think, it's gotta be Matilda. She's all tied up in this, so Matilda stole the scarf because, one, there's only two people that flipping could have done it. It's Matilda or Theodore, given we assume he hasn't stolen his own scarf. And Theodore's basically got nothing to do with this, so it's gotta be Matilda. And I'm pretty sure that, yes, she is his queen, if we, use the parlance they were communicating with in the chat room. And there we go.
It was Matilda who was behind this. This was getting quite scandalous. Every year, Matilda Eisenman and her son Toby go on vacation to Sunny Lake. This year, Matilda's wildest dreams are coming true. Arnaud Benoit, a famous chess streamer, is staying at the campsite, who Matilda happens to be a huge fan of. She started chatting with him online and was asked to strike a deal in return for exclusive photos. Arnaud asked her to stay away from him for discretion, but Matilda grew impatient. In her desperate state, she broke into the VIP tent and stole Arnaud's lucky scarf.
Mr. Duck Detective, you've been silently staring into the distance for a while now?
No, I'm just figuring out the case.
Really? Oh, tell me!
Not yet. There are still a lot of unknowns. I'd rather not make my deductions public before I've got the whole picture.
But I'm your assistant, and then...
We need to find more information on Matilda Eisenman.
Oh, okay.
So, alright, we've just done a good job of solving the first part of the case here. Lovely. Still, I would say as we begin to piece the mystery together, how about we wrap things up there? Because, as I understand it, this is, one, a fairly short game. What you've seen is probably about half of it, give or take. And two, as a fairly linear narrative game, I feel like, it's not particularly fair to the devs to show off too much of it. I like leaving, a healthy chunky bit on the end for you to get your teeth into yourself. So, if you're curious about how all this wraps up, link in the description below, and yes, this is a fairly short game. It's also pretty cheap as well. I feel like it's priced appropriately for what it is. This was also the second Duck Detective game. There was one already, so, there's a whole fresh Duck Detective adventure right there for you as well. In fact, you know what? I'll link to both down in the description below, just so you've got a brand new adventure, if that's what you'd rather look at. But I will say, this is incredibly charming, just a delightful, lovely game. I might finish it off in my own time, in fact, and if there's a Duck Detective 3, I will most definitely be giving it a look-see. So hopefully you're looking forward to that. But in the meantime, I've been John, this has been Many a True Nerd, and this has been the delightful Duck Detective. Thank you very much, and goodbye. Were we doing virtual reality, or was that just like a metaphor for lesbian sex? And then he smacked me lightly across the face with the money! What? This is... where is this going? What's happening? We're gonna buy a whole new bin, and we're gonna write Brendan on it, and we're gonna put him in it and toss it off the pier.